What's up, yappers? Another episode of Yapping Hours on your browser screen. Today, we're talking about the Switch 2. Should have called Switched Up, but whatever. Now, only one of us has. I've had a Switch 1. Terrellion's had a Switch 1, but we haven't gotten the Switch 2. But you know who has? Crimsonite. It's a Crimsonite. We need to know your thoughts, bro. What do you think of the Switch 2? It's been what, a week now? A week and a half? I think.
About a week and a half.
I don't know.
So
look at this bad boy. You guys saw your tiny little switches? You guys saw tiny little switches? Yeah. I can see Terrellion.
Oh, hey! Hey!
Look.
There you guys are.
Look at the before. This is the before, and this
But you actually have both on you?
Yeah, he said he had both.
I asked him if he had his Switch 2 on him. I didn't realize he had the first one as well. Holy shit. You really came prepared.
This is my Legend of Zelda. This is my Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Joy-Cons for when the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was released for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, that one was clean, I'm not gonna lie. No, your thoughts on the Switch 2. You got it, like what? Do you have to like camp out on it?
Oh, I didn't have to camp out. I pre-ordered. Got my games and shit.
Is it the same?
I got Mario Kart World.
Does the Nintendo Switch 2 have the same UI layout, everything?
I mean,
as the
based
Switch
on what
1?
I just saw, yes.
Yeah. Okay, see, look.
It's
I got Delta Room. I got Mario Kart. It's literally the same.
Yeah.
What I think is lame. Oh, okay. See, I got my Mario Kart, Smash. I was trying to test out like all the updates and shit. Pokemon actually works as a real life video game now. Yeah. So the menu is the same, which is also weird. Huh? Oh, that's Splatoon. Oh, that's Splatoon. Yeah, that's Splatoon. Yeah. Is it? I transferred all my shit. Anyways, is it worth it? It's a cool console. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think it's $200 more than the Switch one. I mean, it does have its benefits. Like, this is pretty cool. It's magnetic.
Yeah, that's probably got to be one of the greatest features about it, because having to slide and put this shit in.
And you know what? No, the greatest feature about it, that you can play it upside down. Look, see, they have all the cords from the top, also at the bottom. Why is this a feature? I don't know. Ask Nintendo.
All the accessories.
But that's pretty raw.
It's for all the accessories, bro. It's for when you put the camera on, you can
I think it's a nice upgrade. It's not worth $200 more, and the reason why is because it's like very little quality of life changes. You got your magnetic Joy-Con, as you guys can see over here. I'm trying to get on the camera. There you go. Pretty cool. Gameplay on some of the old games are better. Now, what I think is very ridiculous of Nintendo is that, did you know some of the base games, like let's say Mario Odyssey, Pokemon, which is the big one that everyone's talking about, they got free updates so that way it can work better on the Switch 2, 60 frames, better visuals, all that stuff. And then some of the games you gotta pay for those updates, which is Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
so if you want to play Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom, yeah, you gotta pay $10 if you want to play Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom at 60 FPS and better visuals.
Okay,
sure, it's only $10, but it's like, dude, you're charging people for a free upgrade.
Hold up, so you mean to tell me that not only would you have to rebuy the game because it's on the Switch too?
No.
No? Okay. I was about to.
You just have to buy like an expansion, essentially.
Yeah, I can get it because I beat both Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, and I don't see myself replaying it. So I'm not. But like, still, like for the people who do replay games or they have it and they want to have experience, it's so stupid that you're charging for an update. That's stupid.
It's not just like a graphical update though. They actually gave you some additional content for some of the games. Like I know the Mario Party game, like Jamboree. If you already own it on Switch 1.
I don't know if the content's out yet. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't have Mario Kart Party. But as long when it comes to the gameplay and when it comes to visuals, you gotta pay for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which is very stupid. And then what also makes it very stupid is, again, only select games got these upgrades. So like, you know, some of the games still will be playing at 30 FPS.
I thought they all got. No,
I don't know. At least from what I tried.
Because Smash is at 60, is it not? Isn't it faster too?
Yeah.
Isn't Smash always at 60?
No,
Smash felt pretty much the same when I played it. When I played Smash, it felt pretty much the same. Though literally the only difference I spotted with Smash is that when you choose a color on the character left, it actually loads automatically, which is funny because you needed a whole which to do that. And then loading times, if you're playing local, loading time is pretty much non-existent. So that's pretty cool. Which is gonna be awesome for Smash tournaments if you guys are still holding Smash tournament. I feel like my biggest downside with the Switch 2 has to be how it launched. Like I think it should have been more than just Mario Kart. Like we all love Mario Kart, don't get me wrong, but like I don't know. I feel like I pretty much did the main things in Mario Kart. Like I did all the Grand Prix. I got the mirror mode. The free roaming. It's pretty empty. You're just driving around hoping to find missions. I feel like the Donkey Kong game, that should have been a launch game.
Yeah, they needed 2 launch games, at least 2 or 3.
For sure.
Yeah.
Bare minimum. Every new console needs at least 2 or 3.
I do kind of find it weird that most Nintendo consoles will have like a big launch game. Like we had Breath of the Wild for the Switch, Twilight Princess for the Wii, etc., etc. And then for Switch 2, we just have Mario Kart. Where it's like Mario Kart's one of those games where it doesn't really have much same interaction. Once you do all like the Grand Prix and stuff, you're pretty much done, and now online only. And you know, there's people who want to do more than that. So that's why I'm saying like Switch 2 has a pretty weak launch, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are.
I feel like probably the reason that they did that too is because it's not much like an upgrade and shit, and they're just like, well, we got to show off that we got to get a bunch of people to play, and hey, why don't they all play Mario Kart? So that's probably why they did that. I kind of want to go back to the whole UI and bullshit. So, you mean to tell me that fans, for free, show you, hey, here's a crazy UI, especially for niches and gears and gimmicks and shit, and then you come here to tell me it looks the exact fucking same.
For the UI, right?
Yeah, he's talking about the home screen UI, and it all looks the same. But
no, I actually with Rainbow, and I actually think it's stupid that the best home we've ever had was the 3DS, where you had all the themes and shit. That's what people want, and it's Switch 2, and we still only have black and white.
Oh, they don't have themes? They don't have themes?
No.
Oh, okay, well,
it's just black and white.
I was gonna say this though. Does the UI change for like Xbox or PlayStation when there's a new console? Does it change dramatically? I always feel like it's very samey.
No, it always
PlayStation
changes.
They stopped that on PS4. I don't think they do it for PS5 because I know exactly what you're talking about. And then for Xbox, might have stopped at Xbox One, where they're just kind of like, why would we have this cool little thing people wouldn't use? Hey, because probably some of the people that would use it would be like, oh, that's cool. That's aesthetics. I'm gonna keep playing it on the console. But what do I know? I'm not in marketing.
Like, I feel like a lot of people are hating on the Switch 2 right now because there's not a lot going for it right now. Like right now, it's just Mario Kart, and that's why I was saying it had a weak launch. If like it had all these other games like Donkey Kong or whatever, people would be like, oh shit, this actually performs better, it looks better. But when you only have Mario Kart to set the example, you know, it's not really much. But I feel like in time, people will realize, okay, this is actually a good upgrade that we needed. Other than that, Nintendo practice.
Here's another thing
really
too,
greedy.
right? Like, yes, 100% Nintendo is greedy. Here's another thing too. Mario Kart World is more of like a multiplayer game. So you have to spend, what is it? How much is the console base price? Like
$450.
Okay, the base price is
and then
$450.
500 for the bundle.
500 for the bundle. Okay, so let's say you get the bundle, because obviously, why would you just want to get the Switch itself? You obviously want to get Mario Kart. So you pay 500, and then you're gonna need to pay for the online subscription, right? To play online, because it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And the game also doesn't really have a single player campaign, which was something I did hear a few people were disappointed about, because you have Mario Kart's whole free roam mode.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a letdown because, like you said, you're just driving around looking for missions and shit, and there's not a whole lot going on. They should have just made it a campaign, like a story mode campaign thing, you know? It would have been badass. Like, you can have, like, Bowser just riding around, and you got all Bowser's goons and shit riding around. You gotta, like, race them or beat them up in, like, balloon battles. I don't know. They could have done some really interesting stuff. It's Nintendo. They get really creative.
You know, doing drive-bys and shit.
Yeah, like...
You pull up the wrong hood.
Yeah.
GTA.
And it's a whole vast open world that you can only really enjoy by yourself, doing random stuff and doing trick videos. And, like, I remember we spoke about this a while ago. Like, obviously there's going to be YouTube videos of people, like, driving to the edge of the world and shit like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, free roam just seems like you're going to get bored real quick.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not much to do. Yeah, I don't see what the point of it was.
And then, like, the thing too is, like, most people in single player games, when they do something, they want to get, like, a reward for it. One of my biggest downsides is, like, for example, in the previous Mario Kart games, let's say you get 3-star on all the hardest difficulty Grand Prix, you unlock a character or something cool. It's like, oh, you did this, have this. And I went through hell because I don't know if you all know the Mario Kart experience where you're doing, you know, you're about to be first place and then blue show out of nowhere, red show, etc., etc. So I went through all that hell. I got first place every stage, every cup, and I got nothing for it. No reward. You just put yourself through hell for no reason. Same thing goes for free roam. And I also think the downside for Mario Kart in specific was there's no. You can't even open. You can't open a map and it doesn't even tell you what missions you have done. It's so stupid.
Okay. Now I was gonna say something about that shit too. Literally, an hour or two ago, I came across 2 videos. Came across one that says, like, what do the NPCs do when they're driving around? And it's like 10 minutes of, like, him following a Yoshi for like 2 hours, seeing their routes and shit, and they actually get out the car and, like, actually, like, you know, do shit. And then I saw another video. I didn't finish it, but it was like, I'm gonna 100% complete Mario Kart. Like, okay, let's see what it is. 300 P switches, 250 fucking peach coins, and all this shit. I'm like, bro, there's barely anything to do, and just like you said, there's no, like, mission up.
His mic cut out.
Yeah, your mic cut out there a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, it's all padded out because you have 300 missions, like 250 like peach coins and all that shit in an empty world that you could barely interact with. And then the ones you could interact, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna grind. Ooh, I'm gonna learn the map and shit. Like, you can't track shit. That's what makes it, like.
And I personally stopped doing it because I kid you not, literally all you get for doing these missions and finding the question mark blocks and peach medallions, you're just getting stickers to put on your car that you can hardly see because everything is moving so fast paced. I can show you guys, but, like, it.
No, I already know, because I think in the Sonic racing game too, they also let you put stickers. And I kind of laughed, but I was like, why would you want to put stickers? Like, you're not going to be able to see that shit.
Yeah, no one's going to see that shit.
Yeah.
So that Mario Kart does that. I'm like, bro, what's the point? I'm traveling this huge open world. I don't know what missions are being done because I'm just roaming around cluelessly. And I'm just getting stickers for it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My biggest downside for Mario Kart 8 has to be the courses. Everybody here has played Mario Kart 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like Mario Kart 8 did so much better when it came to course designs, because I don't know if you guys read or seen or anything.
I know what you're going to talk about. I already know what you're going to talk about.
You basically all courses are connected together. You gotta drive, and then you spend more times driving on the highways to the level than playing the actual level itself. Like, everyone knows there's 3 laps in a race. So the first 2 laps of the race is just a highway driving to the course. And then when you get to the actual course, you just do one quick lap, like, for 10 seconds, and you're done with it.
And that's why on online, when people are like, oh, let's race, and you get a bunch of people to play online, that's why everyone clicks random.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was.
That's why.
I was gonna bring that up next. Like, what is it on some Rainbow Show? You know, I was about to bring that shit up. Anyways, like, what is it? It's big. It's basically become Mario Kart World etiquette to just choose random when you, if you want to drive all 3 laps on the same course. Because if you don't choose random, you're just driving on highways.
Damn, that's lame. So they didn't really think about that. And I also heard that a lot of the maps are just like kind of straight paths, or is that the highways? It's like it's just a straight path. You're constantly driving in. And it's lame to just drive in a straight path, because what makes maps interesting are curves, turns, ups and downs, because that's where you can do interesting shit like cheating a map and getting shortcuts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When there's turns. So if it's just a straight path, it's boring and uninteresting. But outside of that, does the game even have ranked? I mean, I know it's not all about comp and shit. No,
it doesn't have rank. If you're familiar with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
I know,
online,
exactly
it's basically if you race, you get points. That's basically it.
So like just Smash Power, like in Smash Brothers.
That was literally what I was gonna say, because when you were talking about the ranks of my media, I play Mario Kart 8 and all you see, and your fucking points, and then with Smash, it's like you made it. I don't remember.
Global Smash Power. Smash Power.
And then
Elite Smash. You made it to Elite Smash.
Me personally, my another big downside for Mario Kart World has to do with the rails and driving on the walls, because they showed that off on the direct, like, oh, this is a cool new mechanic, and it is a cool new mechanic, but like all the rails are like at the edges of the stage. And people will be like, oh, maybe I can find a cool new shortcut. And then you find out you end up, because you wanted to take the rails, you end up going back places, because the best path is just to drive down that straight hall that everybody's complaining around. So if you're taking rails and if you're taking walls, you're just doing a bunch of unnecessary extra shit. I feel like the only advantage from the rails and the walls is that since you're taking a completely different path, you're in a safe spot from like all the crazy shit like
and stuff.
Because since you're on the wall, the Koopa shells can't hit you, the boomerang can't hit you and all that. So I feel like that's the only advantage that the rails have.
I think that's good though. That's how it should be. Like I feel like if rails had more advantages than just that, like you get a speed boost plus you avoid projectiles, like that'd be a little bit broken, because everybody would just jump on the rails. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I also heard that, or else I've seen like a bunch of videos about the racing, and I've seen like if you're in the air too long, you just you don't go like that. You just kind of go down very. And I've seen like tech, like I saw one where like someone went like this, went almost out of bounds, bumped themselves up to a wall, flipped themselves, and they're back on the track. So like shit like that's cool, but then it's like, who does that,
But those, I know I said like a bunch of like all the downsides of Mario Kart World, but in the end I still think it's a good game. It's fun, but it's, I don't know, it's not don't expect it to be like overwhelmingly better than Mario Kart 8.
It's probably gonna get updates anyways. I think they're gonna update the game and add a lot more features and stuff like that.
Maybe another world.
For sure they're gonna add another world, or an island. They're gonna have like a DLC island that you can travel to for sure, something like that.
Definitely. But I've been playing the game a ton. It's real fun. It is real fun. But at the same time, I don't want to make it seem like the perfect Mario Kart game, because I don't want people to think, it's the perfect Mario Kart game. It has its flaws. It's fun, but it's not perfect.
It's a Mario Kart game, but not $80 Mario Kart game.
You want to hear a fun fact about the Switch 2, by the way? Okay, wait, hold up. This shit's insane.
I hope we get one. This is about the Nintendo Switch.
So you see this right here? That's the voice to communicate. It says, if you hit it, it says nigga. Did you hear it?
I did not hear it.
No. The little guy says nigga. Oh, y'all trolling.
I can't hear it.
I feel like on that note.
Yeah, that's on that note.
But the voice shit is so stupid too. You can only do the voice shit if you're paying for an online subscription. So what's the point of putting it into? That's stupid.
Nintendo just expects everybody to buy the subscription. I honestly think that's what it is. A lot of the features that they added into this console is just, and the fact that Mario Kart, this is why I brought it up earlier, But the fact that Mario Kart is the first game, they're just expecting everybody that's buying this console to immediately be subscribing. Like, you're gonna subscribe, you're gonna use all of our subscription features and shit. Like, you're buying this, and they're intending you to use the subscription service.
Yeah, and also I'm paying for the family plan because I got family that all has Switches and they want me to put it on it. But I already told them, I was like, yo, we are not playing GameCube games, okay? Because I'm not paying $80 just to play some 3 GameCube games. Get the fuck out of here with that. But
yeah, there's people who are actually buying it just for that alone, because you could play like Soul Calibur and shit like that. But
it's so dumb. Like the Wii, and then Wind Waker. Oh, Wind Waker's on it. It's like, dude, the Wii U has Wind Waker HD, which was better.
Yeah, we got Wind Waker at home.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
We got Wind
I'm
Waker
sorry,
on
but
emulator. What I meant to say was,
if you're paying extra to play, like, the only good GameCube game there was Soul Calibur. That's it.
And even then, nobody gives a fuck about Soul Calibur. Anyways, so I really don't have any more questions or thoughts on it. I personally just don't think the console's worth getting at all. Like, that's my own opinion. It's not worth getting at this current time until a lot more games are added. And once they make a brand new Nintendo Switch, that's like, okay, we've worked out all the kinks and issues with it. Here's like, boom, this is the perfect Nintendo Switch. Because right now, I think the people that bought it right now, y'all are lab rats. The Nintendo's testing on you guys to see what's bad and what's good.
I was gonna say, like, you two, Terrell and Rainbow, and even the viewers, you can make fun of me because you guys know I like Nintendo, and of course I had to get to Switch 2. But at the same time, I'm not those Nintendo fanboys that's super hypocritical, and then they'll defend Nintendo like it's their dad, and like,
leave the billion-dollar company alone.
Yes. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, yes, what Terrell said, he's 100%. You don't need to rush into the Switch 2 because right now it's very underwhelming, the release day. So don't let FOMO,
FOMO's hitting everybody, man. It's hitting.
Yeah. So don't let the FOMO get to you. Just wait it out. Wait for good games to come out. Wait for updates. And I feel like basically what I'm trying to say, Switch 2 is no rush. If you're not missing out on it all, you're literally just missing out on Mario Kart. Other than that, the Switch 2 is basically just tiny little quality of life changes. That's basically it.
That's what it seems like to me.
You know what's crazy? I was watching a video too of like who bought the Nintendo Switch, the Switch Up. Okay, it was like, here's content creation. Nintendo niggas, it was made it up for like fucking 50%. Content creators is like 10%, and then everyone else. Like, I swear, you Nintendo niggas, something else, bro. You're like a different species. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well,
Switch 2 sales are gonna skyrocket when a new Smash game is announced. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I mean, unfortunately, guys, when Smash Brothers comes out, I have to buy a Switch. Like, I'm obligated to.
Right there.
I'm obligated to.
There.
But
can't wait for the Smash rooms where everyone joins your stream and be like, "Can I get a room code?"
Yeah, what's the room code? Man, those things are gonna be good.
Crazy too, because I don't know if you've seen, but Switch 2 is already, I think, almost the highest selling Nintendo console, and also just console all in all. It's about to beat the PS4, which
that
PS4 was
me.
Yeah, so
Nintendo is good at selling people a gimmick. Like, that is what they always do. Every other console is just like, we're more powerful. It's just a powerful version of the previous thing. And Nintendo is always like, bro, we got gimmicks. We got Joy-Cons, we got on the go, like, they've always got a bunch of stuff. So
Nintendo is
bought the Switch 2 because everybody said they were gonna boycott it. They were like, oh, this is stupid, it's not worth it. And here we are, statistics are saying, yup, it's the second highest selling Nintendo console, and it's about to beat PS4. Like, gamers just throw out the word boycott without even
thanks for reminding me, because what I was gonna say is, first it was the support strike rate, and now it's like the Nintendo Switch 2 fucking strike. This is why I always say, gamers, y'all don't know what you want, and your like petitions and all your dumbass, like, oh, we gotta boycott the nigga. You're gonna see someone have the Switch. Ooh, looking pretty good. I need to get graphic updates. Here's 500. Like, fuck yourself. Every single one of you Nintendo niggas, and anyone below them.
So I feel like in short, in summary, you're not missing out on a lot. Don't let FOMO get to you guys. It's a good console, but it's definitely not a day one grab. If you guys want to switch to, I'm just letting you guys know right now, you are not missing out a lot.
Yeah, and we're missing out more on what you're trying to say because your mic's getting out. But anyways, let's wrap it up here. Hey, we heard you, but it was breaking up a bit. But we heard you. Anyways, final thoughts. Crim basically gave it. Rainbow, anything else before I cut it?
No, really. Just probably by the time we end this recording, I'm probably gonna have some that piss me off. But
okay,
yeah,
I apologize to you guys. Rainbow and Crim might need to like come back to the Discord here because their mics both keep acting up. But anyways,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Rainbow, go ahead and give us the outro.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you too are a Nintendo hater, put it down in the comments. But until then, we'll see you later.